you're probably doing your pull downs and they look like this. I'm gonna show you how to do them to look like this, so your back can look like this. Let's get it. Okay, so let's go through how you're probably doing your pull downs. And I don't want to dog on you because I used to do my pull downs like this too. It took me so long to really figure out how to connect with my lat. So you're probably grabbing about as wide as possible on this lat pull down bar. That's step number one. You're then tucking all the way underneath. And then what you're doing is you're reaching, or you're not reaching. And then what you're doing is you're leaning back as you pull. The first thing you do is you lean back to get momentum out of the top. And then we're pulling to upper chest. And the only thing that's gonna do is twofold. Number one is use a lot of spinal erectors where you're rocking like this, lower back, and then you're gonna transfer all of that tension into your upper back, your rhomboids, your teres. I'll show you how these look. So if I'm doing a little momentum, and so I'm getting the weight from A to B, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of log booking if you're not controlling your form, because you could be getting heavier and heavier. Like, for example, I could be putting the stack on here like, ooh, I got my lats are huge, bro. Watch this. Like, grab this, tuck underneath. And my lats are probably not growing very much. So don't get so associated with weight. So I'm gonna teach you in this video how to improve your pull down form to actually engage your lats and also grow from the base of your lats, that lower lat insertion, so you get that really nice X frame that I really didn't start to work effectively until just about a few years ago. Step number one, I would go with a neutral grip. The reason for that is when we're trying to target lats, we wanna pull elbow to hip. It's all about shoulder reduction. So if we're out here, we're probably gonna get elbows flared out and get an upper back. So you'll see what this immediately does when you push this down. Just by changing the grip, what we're gonna do is be able to pull what's called sagittal plane, which is in front of your body. And that's gonna get a lot more lats. So I'm gonna set myself back a little bit, and I'll see how the first thing I'm gonna do is almost crunch my core, push the elbows as close in towards each other as I can, and then I'm just gonna cue pulling my elbows down to toward, like basically towards my quads. So obviously I'm not gonna be able to pull all the way down there. But you see how much more lat I'm getting. I'm reaching with my lats. I'm keeping the elbows tight, and then I'm just pulling elbow down to the hip. And you see with even less weight, I'm getting so much more lat engagement because I'm staying back, I'm reaching specifically with my lats, and then I'm pulling down elbow to hip. So you want to think about your pulling as almost an arc. You don't want to think that you're pulling straight in your chest. You want to cue your elbow to the floor, and your pulling arc should look like this. It should be like down, 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 and then back and in. So it shouldn't be a straight line. Whenever you're pulling, especially for lats, it should look like that slight curve format. So if we're coming from here, it should curve in like that and then back up at the top. Okay, second thing I kind of glossed over there was stretching with your lats. So you see when I kind of sit back on it, crunch core, and I reach with my lats, that's different than reaching here and bowing out the elbows and going like this. Because now I'm just stretching with my upper back and more my biceps. So you see if I keep those elbows tucked, see how it instantly turns my lats on? So if my shoulders over elevate into the capsule and up towards my ears, that's when I'm losing lats. But if I can drop those shoulders in and reach there, you see that difference. Now I'm actually reaching with that target muscle, getting in that fully lengthened position, and then dragging it in. So I know I get a lot of flack online for stretching in terms of the, like, especially on my back stuff, but I'm not just stretching just to stretch. I'm actually trying to lengthen that target muscle group, hit as much torque into it in that lengthened position so I can drive as much force in that contractile phase. So that is going to be the second thing that's gonna unlock your back gains. And now I'm gonna walk you through two other exercises that are gonna help you cue into this and maybe target your lats even more effectively based on the way we set these up. So second exercise I'm gonna teach you is a kneeling pull down, which is kind of really nice because it puts you in that kind of sagittal pull, because instead of being all the way tucked in, now we're kind of set back. We don't have to worry about a lot of times people's pull down setup, top out and full stretch. So what this is gonna do is, I'm gonna use the torque handles for these because they're just terrific and I can't do my back days without them now. Go visit torquegear.com to grab yours today. So As you can see, I tuck my hips underneath the bench so I don't have to worry about getting lifted off. And then what I'm gonna do is same cueing. And because I'm set back slightly, now you can see how effectively I'm able to pull almost straight down towards that pad and then into my hip pocket. So I'm reaching forward, all that stretch remains in lats, and then I'm just gonna drive those elbows straight down towards the pad, crunch core slightly. And that's one thing I've changed as well. I used to be a big, like, open the chest, lean back like that. And I felt like I lost my lats, especially towards peak contraction. So now you can see how much better I'm able to stay in lats here. Just driving those elbows in. So again, this is a really nice way to train yourself into cueing lats, because it does that kind of sagittal pull for you because you're almost set back a bit. And it really allows you to cue elbow to hip. And then I'm gonna give you a third setup that is, I think, the creme de la creme. It looks a little silly, but trust me, this is S++ tier lat exercise from a vertical pulling perspective, in my opinion. I'm about to put you guys on. You might get some looks, but I would use either a D handle or something to grab on here. And I'm telling you, having this extra leverage point makes all the difference in the world. So I got this here like a rein on a horse with my left hand. Stay with me, guys, stay with me. I know. We're gonna do a D handle in the other hand. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is just come here, and I'm just gonna pull my body over to one side of the seat. So you see now I'm kind of locked in. I'm then gonna use to pull this left elbow up, lock in, kind of lean back. So now I pull that shoulder down the capsule, and then I'm just gonna drag this elbow in all the way to here. And you can see I'm able to keep the body back, and you'll see the crazy, this like isolation of my lat. And this helps me stay back, because if I didn't have this, it'd be like a lot of balancing. So this I can just lock in, and then it's just straight lat stimulus. I'm telling you, this one took me a while to figure out, but look at that stretch right there. It's all lat, shoulders down, and then just driving down in that pocket. I'm just pulling. You'd be surprised how hard I'm pulling on this opposite hand to keep that leverage, so I can lean back and pull sagittal plane, pulling down into that hip pocket. And this can be one of those exercises that you don't do forever, but you can do it to start learning how to cue in to your lats. And then what I've found is when you start to learn how to feel your lats on an exercise, especially unilaterally, you can then take those cues and apply it to your pull down, to your rows, to all your other compound or dual, the contralateral movement patterns that you're using both hands. So try this out. I would use it as a staple movement because you're able to get that cross body biasing. It's all lats, especially in that lower lat, which is really hard to develop. So definitely do it. But I hope you guys love this video. Make sure to go support me, support Torque, get all the latest products. And again, I'll see you on the next video.